Oh, we're recording.
We can start over again.
No.
No, it's started going, man. We can't stop that dial.
I guess not.
This is a free service. You stop it now, we're fucked.
Anyway, welcome to Isn't It Obvious, everyone.
No, this is our cold open, Sarah. Did you forget our format?
Let me just do the doot-doots, okay? Just do the doot-doots. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You didn't let me do the doot-doots!
Okay, first of all, Micah, you did it right. Thank you.
Phil, do the doot-doots. There we go. I already said welcome to Isn't It Obvious, so I'm not gonna
Say it
say that a third time.
Welcome to Isn't It Obvious. I've already said it isn't obvious.
But,
Isn't it obvious? It's welcome to Isn't It Obvious?
God damn, get out of my house.
Okay.
So topic today. So I've been recently doing some car shopping because my poor car is old and sad and needs to be upgraded. And while I've been doing car shopping, one of my deal breakers is frickin' leather seats. Isn't it obvious that cloth seats are better than leather seats?
You are so wrong.
The cloth is better overall than leather seats.
I mean,
No.
I hate leather.
What is it about leather you hate?
It smells.
Delightful.
No, it stinks. It's the worst smell ever. I hate leather. You will not find
it's not, like open sewer pits exist. It's not the worst smell.
Okay, it is objectively you're right, but I hate leather. I will not have a leather
Ted
couch.
Cruz exists. There are worse smells.
I haven't smelt them, but I would agree.
I
There are.
assume his presence is disgusting. Anyway.
You just get sulfur.
Okay, aside from the smell, anything else?
It's not as easy to repair
Mm.
as cloth.
It's easier to clean.
You know.
It's actually easier to maintain.
Okay, so.
If you maintain it.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. It is, on average, easier to clean and maintain if you aren't full of sharp shit that just catches on everything.
But that's the same thing with cloth. In fact, there are more things to catch on if you have sharp shit in cloth.
No, because I swear to God, nails or like buttons will tear a hole through that fucking pleather like you wouldn't believe.
No, but that's pleather. That's not leather.
Whatever.
Pleather and leather are different.
I mean, they are. I'll give you that. But I have like if you look at couches, like old couches on Craigslist. All right, you want to know what holds up longer and better? In fabric, upholstery fabric holds up better.
Yeah.
Which of those two hold stains more and better and forever?
Yeah.
And may not show that new.
No. Oh, leather does stain.
Well, I'm not saying leather doesn't
leather
stain.
Absolutely
it
stains.
takes more caustic material to stain leather.
If you're quick.
People can fuck on a cloth couch and you'll never know, and that's still there.
Not true. Black lights never lie.
Do you blacklight stuff when you're shopping on Craigslist? I think it's just assumed people have had sex.
You know, honestly, I really do need to invest in blacklight because they're just useful.
What do you do?
Me personally, nothing. But I have a cat with bladder problems. Okay, so.
Sure.
I wouldn't be. I feel like it's something I could maybe use. Anyway.
For non-sexual purposes. Not like in the Navy. Okay, go ahead.
In the Navy. So.
That's why everything's metal in the Navy.
Yeah. No metal.
Power washing.
I also like, having two cats, and I don't believe in decline. Their claw, like you can ruin a couch with cat claws. Doesn't matter what it is, upholstery, fabric, or leather. But I will say, those cat claws will go right through leather. Right through leather. They will scratch that shit up, and you will see the stuffing inside of whatever was underneath that leather. Upholstery fabric holds up. That shit does.
But sure, you can't tear through the base, but you do get
You do get pills.
And that
from
can stand up.
It does, but it is not as bad as leather.
But in a car though, like you're not gonna have the cats in the car.
I mean, so I want to take my cats.
Sarah.
I want to take my cats.
Sarah.
Okay, it's a dream, but it's never happening.
Okay, but if you had to take your cats on a trip,
they would be in a carrier.
Yeah, or So,
but I also like to haul shit in my car, right?
Okay.
I like to throw things in my car. You know what really pisses me off? Lady pants, lady jeans. They have buttons on the back of their fucking pockets sometimes, on the butts.
Wait, I thought lady jeans didn't actually have any pockets.
I mean, it's not a real pocket because you can't use them. They're just
cut off the button.
But then you ruin the look of the jean. You might as well. You do.
Just
get a regular fucking pair of jeans. But you know what? I shop at Goodwill. Sometimes you just get what you get. Okay.
That's true.
This is true. I'm not paying $80 for a pair of jeans.
I'm paying $8.
I'm gonna pay $8 for a pair of jeans.
I agree with
And if it has buttons, I'm not gonna complain too much. But if I sit on a fucking leather seat, those buttons will scratch at the leather, and it will take off that leatherness of it. Whereas it does not show up as
if you
badly
only
on
wear those pants while driving that car, potentially.
Okay, I've got.
Do you only have one pair of pants that always has buttons on the ass?
I mean, no, I have a few that have buttons on the ass. But anyway, 2.
Cut off
2
the buttons.
No, because ruins the pant look. Anyway.
Hold on. I'm not crazy, right? But what I'm saying is a good suggestion. Like, do buttons make the pants, or do pants need the buttons?
Look, I'm not going to weigh into this, but you are a little crazy. Because when it comes to fashion, nothing makes any goddamn sense at all. So you just have to roll with it, and you're just going to be like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, even if it doesn't.
All I'm saying is fabric does not pair with buttons. It just is a little more forgiving of scratching and wear, I think.
Yeah.
Leather, unfortunately, if you take really good care of it, will last longer and does do what you want it to do. But it's not. It also wears worse if you are hard on it.
Sure.
And I'm hard on my fucking shit. Like I am. I'm not
but
gonna have leather in my
you also
It
have.
also stinks. Did I mention it stinks?
Sure, that goes away.
Not really.
Yeah.
My brother has a leather couch that my parents gifted, gave down, like passed down or whatever.
Is it
It still stinks.
Is it a well-used couch?
Yes, it is.
Well, then you have some shitty leathering because
it's a very nice.
No. It can be a very nice couch, but the tempering process of that leather, or maybe it's the staining of that leather for its color, because it's probably not a natural leather color.
True, it is green. It was green.
Green is the worst smell.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh my god.
I have blue.
No.
I have
no.
2 blue leather
No.
sofas and a brown leather chair in my smallest apartment. My apartment does not smell like leather.
You live in your apartment though, so that's not fair.
Okay.
Phil, what?
To interject, my parents, when I was in my teens, they bought a.
That's a good callback from our earlier conversation.
They bought a leather couch. It was green, and it was very expensive for them. I still have no idea to this day why they did it, because they have a dog, and now dogs.
Yeah, don't get leather if you have dogs. Yeah.
And these dogs, they never clip their nails because why would they? They're just parents, and they just go ahead. To go on the couch,
ruined.
Scratch everywhere.
Had a dog
also,
with a leather couch.
Yeah,
yeah, but you took care of the dog, making sure that it doesn't have these crazy nails that go inwards and out.
No. I put down a sheet on top of my leather, and that protected it.
Okay,
see, you have to put down a fucking sheet of fabric
for a dog, like an animal, to use it as her bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a precaution.
Yep. So nails and buttons and other things.
My dog never wore buttons.
Things that could scratch up your leather, you would protect it with cloth.
Because I was a competent owner of a leather couch, and I took precautions to maintain its quality of leather.
Or you could just get fabric and not worry about it.
No, because then it would smell like my couch now does not smell like my dead dog. If I had a fabric couch, it would have smelled like my dead dog.
All right, everyone, let's just take a minute to just mourn.
Yeah, I'm taking sympathy right now. I'm at the anger stage of separation from my dog.
But leather is still inferior.
No, it's not.
They make cloth. No, they make cloth so well now. Like you can get cloth that cleans almost as easily as leather. Does not.
But it still looks like cloth. There's an aesthetic
and
appeal
it
to
feels
leather.
like cloth, and you don't burn your fucking legs when you try to sit in your hot ass leather car.
If it's winter and your car is in the sunlight and you go from 30 degrees into sun-warmed leather.
But you know what? You're already wearing pants in the wintertime because you live in Minnesota.
That heat still transfers.
No.
Yeah, it does.
You can still get heated seats in cloth form.
It's not heated.
And then you don't have to feel
sun
like you pissed yourself because it feels like skin, like warm skin.
Okay.
Also, I don't do as many lunges as I should, and the only way I deal with melting the fat off of my ass is sitting on my hot leather.
sounds like a lie, but
From me?
nothing but lies over here.
We should have like a mic that has like
So,
a lie detector
all I'm
built in.
It would just
No, what would be better is when we go on tour for our like 3 listeners in probably their living room
Hey, 3 listeners.
and record
My mom.
in front of them. I would just like them, like a little bit of audience participation, and just be like, "That's a lie," and then I just say yes or no,
But it's
and
also
then it's a
lie.
drinking game.
But that's
I'll be
also...
honest about lying.
Yeah, you won't.
I just want to say that we've been doing this for a while, and I'm just so surprised that we have 3 listeners. So thank you, Mom.
Yeah, well, they aren't moms because they're...
Yeah, they aren't on our Patreon.
Oh, that's true.
So they're
Yeah.
just,
Fuck
they're
you,
just
cousins.
listeners.
Yeah.
No, they're just listeners.
There's this.
But we'd still appreciate you.
Do you have
Wherever
any
you are.
like good things to say about leather? Like obviously people like
The-
leather.
okay,
There's good
The
reasons why.
the good thing about leather, it feels nice. It does feel nice when it's not 100 degrees out or freezing.
Okay, so
like,
if it's not at the
if it's-
extremes,
if you're
it's
in-
fine 90% of the time.
For the 2 weeks of Minnesota where we have nice weather,
Yep.
There are also other precautions you can do so your leather is not on fire.
Or frozen.
or
frozen.
But it feels nice. I will say leather does feel very nice. I
Yeah.
feel like the feel of leather, as a tactile thing. But it stinks, so I hate that. So that's a problem.
What I don't. You're so
It
obsessed.
never
It
goes away.
does.
It does not.
It absolutely does.
I have never sat in a leather.
My car has never smelled like leather.
It does.
It does not.
It does. For the record, everyone, Micah's car does stink.
No,
of
it smells
leather.
like my dog and flatulence.
It does also smell like that, but it also smells like leather.
I think leather.
And it's part of the, I get really easily car sick.
Oh yeah.
And the smell of a car can exacerbate that for me. So, sorry, Micah. Driving your car for extended periods of time can be a little.
Wait, so we're not going to drive on Route 66 this summer?
No, we're not. Sorry. It's not happening. Oh, look at his dreams crushed.
Is it root or route?
I don't know.
Okay. Also.
Yes, that's a yes.
That yeah.
It depends on your level of education
What else
and
is good
alcohol
about
consumption.
leather?
Okay. Alcohol.
I mean-
What's route? R-U-T. Route.
I suppose you could.
R-O-U-T? Route.
Leather isn't, I guess, impossible to
Root.
repair. You can.
First of all.
Okay, for fuck's sake, you guys. Fucking route, root thing. We've moved on.
You were clearly making a point, speaking directly into the microphone. We're just having a little side tangent.
Sorry. Okay.
That's fine. I'm just talking to the ether. It's cool.
So aside from the smell, because if you're a tobacco user and you're in a leather car,
Oh.
that is a crazy combination.
Okay.
Not necessarily,
No,
because
but
you always have like
fabric-
a cloth canopy.
I was gonna say, well, to put off on to go off on a tangent on that one. If you are a smoker, cloth will hold.
Oh, really?
scents more than leather.
Oh.
So, if you are a disgusting human being who just smells and likes to wear perfume or smokes or does a lot of smelly like activities, yeah, these guys are putting their thumbs up and going, this guy. Yeah, the cloth might not be for you because it will hold all of your flatulence, dog smell, and
Yeah, which again, my
other
leather couch
smelly
does not
pieces.
smell like my dog. Even if I didn't use protective measure for her nails.
I couldn't tell you that because I haven't sat in it myself, and you live there, so I don't think you have the same nose as I would. So we'll just have to put that on the list of.
Just wait until I move, and then you'll have a fresh place with new smells that you can judge.
I will judge.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, what about McDonald's food? Like, which one would hold the smell more? Because like the
Probably-
fries.
Wait, hold on.
Probably fabric, honestly.
Oh shit.
So
with that, yeah.
leather would probably. Well, I think leather is better at keeping out other scents. It stinks like initially.
Other scents, other stains go out. It is
Perfume,
more
though,
damaged.
Like, cologne
more
or
easily
perfume.
damaged.
No, cologne or perfume though, it soaks in.
Where are you putting perfume where sitting in a car seat is instilling?
Okay, well, we aren't disgusting human pig animals, but there are humans out there who like.
I mean, I do spray a bit of
slather-
Axe in my ass just to make sure it smells good.
They slather on cologne or lotions that's just are overpowering in their smell, and that will soak into your leather too.
Okay, first of all.
So I can't wear booty shorts.
At least
anymore.
cloth breathes, so eventually that smell dissipates over time. Once something gets into your leather, it stays there forever.
Okay, I have a story about axe. Micah, you mentioned it, and I'm sorry I have to derail this.
Okay, no, it's fine. Go
But I never really wore deodorant in school, which made me a very unpopular kid.
Surprise!
That isn't why you were popular.
Thank you, Micah. That's also
rude.
No, just I was in the same boat.
Okay, but this is also true. I wasn't unpopular because of that, but it didn't help. And anyway,
it was one of the factors.
One day I decided to wear
the
it.
excuse people said.
Yeah, I think my brother got it for me as like a joke, like this little Axe body spray kit, and I used it, and then the warnings, like, oh, don't apply to open wounds or to your like eyes or mouth or whatever, and then one of them said, may get you dangerously close to women or something like that, and I just laughed. But it was the first time I've ever used it that it actually happened. Like, someone hugged me, and I was like, yes, Axe works. And I would
Except
say
in the mind of that girl at the time was just like, oh, it's wearing Axe. It's color.
So, yeah, I will say most girls probably don't have any fucking clue what Axe smells like, unless
it smells gross. If there is a smell that is just gross blanketly, it's Axe body spray.
Well, okay, to be fair, most scented anything to me smells gross. Like if it's strong, I don't like it. Like unless it's like a natural-ish scent.
Even Sauvage.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Some shit that's sold at Macy's. I'm assuming it's gross.
I get the least offensive smelling deodorant I can find. My shampoos are all like mint. They're mint. That doesn't smell. Like it's very minimal smell.
I have sea salt, so if
or
a fry is not salty
I have a quote unquote unscented body wash that actually just sort of smells like, I don't know, wheat or something. Like it smells like, I don't know, crushed dry hay. I don't know. It does smell though. It says unscented, but I'm like, this is not unscented. It smells like soap grass. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I just want to say thank you, editor, for hugging me. And also,
Aww.
And also,
that was the start of a beautiful relationship.
Editor has
it works
so
either
much,
way, man. I count it as a
editor
win.
Has so much tolerance.
Editor has so
she deserves like medals.
I actually introduced the editor to a coworker of mine once, and then the coworker, without missing a beat, says, "You are a saint."
Thanks.
I was like, "What the hell, man?" Like, I'm right here.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah, he wasn't kidding. Anyway, I think that the leather is good, but is it also because is it more expensive than regular cloth?
It is.
Depending
on the leather, like a lot of people or a lot of companies say like leather, but it's like
it used to be a luxury.
Pure leather.
Leather used to be luxury, and now it's kind of come standard in most cars. Anyway.
But you have a lot more like leather blends. They used to like the leather seats
or
from
leatherettes or whatever they call it.
Where it's man-made leather.
Yeah.
It's the shit you get in your shoes.
Which is
where it has a simulacrum of its elasticity
and
look.
Like that word recently. I just noticed simulacrum. We used that twice tonight. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Just pointed it out.
It's a +8 word. It gets me double points in Scrabble.
Right.
Anyway.
Don't also go against Micah in Scrabble. You will be demolished.
Okay, no. I know how to say the words. I can't fucking spell them. Like boggle with my nephew and kick my ass.
But no one's going to challenge you because no one knows how to challenge you. You'd be like, that's a word, and you're like, fine.
I used all 25 letters.
No, you can kick his ass in Scrabble very easily if you know how to play the game. You just do the small little words and you just get those like triple word scores and build off of other people's. This is how you win a game.
You really think I leave triple words open?
Yeah, and also
I am not above an it for 6 points.
And also, this is not how you can play the game this way, but you will not win this game because everyone is unhappy. Yeah. Like the part of the
hey, what was our longest word in this?
Box.
That.
I played a game with Scrabble with like-minded folk that just like 4-letter words just boxed in. It's like this is not enjoyable. Everyone hated it. This is not a good game.
Everybody's like, my turn. T. I make 6 words.
Yeah.
That's 4 points for me. But now it's like no one's enjoying this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
your blank was a U, right?
I would probably like, even if it wasn't me who laid that you down, I'd be like, fuck you. You're a goddamn
it's playing
god.
words. It's playing words with friends with my mom. Thanks, Mom. it always spreads to the upper right,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, fine, I'm gonna put booth, not hitting any double letter, double word, just because we need to get out of this hellscape.
Yes.
The last 4 plays were 2-letter words.
Yes. This is not a fun game where all you're like trying to box in.
This is why Scrabble sucks as a game.
Well, yeah, also because
Hate it.
it's letter randomization is awful because it was headlines from New York Times for like a month.
Yeah,
That's why there are 37 fucking I's in it.
Fair enough.
the point value to letter makes no sense.
No,
it is way
Scrabble's
too
a horrible
shaming.
game.
It is a terrible game. There's
Anyway,
better games. You can play better games.
Like
Anyway.
Monopoly.
Anyway, so
Go ahead,
the older leather is better leather because it's actually natural leather, and that gave it its high class.
Thin shit that they.
Yeah, that's what gave it its high class,
I can tear it with my
bougie
nails now.
level. But now, because you're producing so many objects that require so much leather, that even the leather on the dashboard is the same kind of pleather shit, and it's not actual genuine leather. So that smell is not leather smell. That smell is manufactured leather, not natural
That's
leather.
true. That's true. It just stinks, and I hate it.
And that's why, like, leather in a fucking Ferrari, because they only make 50 fucking Ferraris a year, is fucking high quality leather.
Yeah.
And that shit doesn't stink.
Yeah.
Although, fuck Ferrari, that is just an excess of
I'd have to sit in a Ferrari to
engineer.
I've never been in a Ferrari, but man, that would be... Yeah.
Granted,
if I
it
ever
had,
get
like,
the
its whole-
opportunity to sit in a Ferrari with leather seats, I will tell you, I will update you if I think it smells.
It had all of the actual things that you could start the car removed, but it had the engine, and, like, you could sit in it.
Oh.
But again, the second time, fuck Ferrari. Silly car. They shouldn't exist.
Class seats for the win. Sorry.
In a general vehicle, yeah. But if you can get proper leather is so much better.
I think the other one is, are you trying to impress anybody with your car ever? Like, would you ever buy a car to impress somebody else?
And that's another thing. No, I don't think of cars as, like, me personally, I don't think of cars as a status symbol or something I would buy to impress other people.
Why buy new then?
Because I don't want to deal with used problems. And I am the type of person who will take my car and I will drive it into the ground. As you have known because
because you only had the one car your entire driving life. Now you're going to get a new car.
So, okay, here's why I'm buying new, not used. Everyone who I've met who's bought used has told me they've had, like, unexpected issues arise.
Well, they didn't. They totally lied to themselves about what they were buying.
Well, like, for example, your used car had some door issues. I don't want to fucking deal with that.
Yeah, and I'm still not getting that fixed. I've just dealt with it.
I don't want to. That's why I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
I've broke the mechanism. I'm fine. That shit is fixed.
No, I'm gonna get a new car, and if there's a fucking issue, I will take it back to the manufacturer and say, fix this, and they will for free.
Yeah, there's
for like 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. Or depending.
Hold on, let me check what the.
Yeah. Or depending on what the salary.
Or for this one dealership, you have it for like 20 years.
Yeah, for real. But all I'm saying is, I would rather buy new because I don't want to deal with the problems of used shit, because there's a reason why they sold it sometimes.
Yeah, because they wanted to get new shit.
Maybe because they are the.
Well,
I want the newest iPhone. I want the newest.
That's why I only go with one owner.
Yeah, but
one owner's fine.
Sometimes
they had their lease.
Yeah, and you still had fucking problems, didn't you?
No, but you'd have.
But I had problems to expect with the mileage that was on there, and if I bought it new, I would expect to have those issues at the time anyway. I wasn't blindsided by it. It happened a bit sooner than I thought, but they were things I was expecting.
Maybe.
I think that the problem with having it.
I didn't have any issues with my Mazda except for.
All the issues you have with your Mazda.
No, I've had, like, normal wear and tear, like, on your shocks, not my fucking door not opening.
The Brett 50 cal machine gun on the top of the Mazda wasn't really. It kind of rattled a lot when I was in the car.
That support struts were not meant for that kind of vehicle.
I know, it's a Japanese car. They don't understand the type of weaponry Americans use. I always thought that was a problem with
that
Japanese
caliber
cars.
of bullet certainly has shots that they should have compensated for, and they clearly didn't.
See, the problem with the Japanese cars is that they think that everyone else is going to drive a Japanese car with Japanese accessories, and the reality is that...
It's not true.
I mean, that's why every Honda comes with a complimentary katana.
Well, see, that's nice, but for...
no, that's Subaru. You're
God.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Honda does have the Wakasachi.
God, we're the worst. Anyway.
It's better than the German cars and just their inherent anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
How much racism are we going to bring into this? Anyway, what?
It's weird, though, that every German car comes standard with a howitzer. Like, why did they have that? Like, no one uses that anymore.
Obviously.
That's an American gun.
God damn it. It's an American gun?
Yeah, that's American artillery.
Ah.
That wasn't made in Germany.
That's why it's so weird.
That is why.
Wink.
I mean, the fact that every BMW comes with a car is just, acceptance of their participation in World War II and the fact that they made the car rifle. Very easily made, accurate rifle with a shitty bolt action that probably locked half the time, much like many of their cars.
Well, I would like to say that the person who made that Volkswagen really knew what he was doing. He should probably run for, I don't know.
Sure.
Like some political...
Get out of here.
Okay, that was a terrible joke.
As a Volkswagen owner, they do have a fraught history with authoritarianism. Though they were a car company prior to Hitler coming to power, Hitler definitely did the whole Henry Ford thing with them, and that does make it pretty questionable. And they've been real shitty with their emissions tests.
Also, as a Japanese...
Maybe corporations are bad.
I had a conversation with a R&D engineer about corporations. We're eating at a Granite City restaurant because that's what the program manager had for a celebration that we were able to get something closed. So we all went somewhere to eat. That's where she chose.
So shit beer, shit burgers at a shit place, but it's independent,
okay.
So it's better.
I actually really like their beers. They're okay.
The beers are good.
The beers are fair. They're pretty fair.
All right, there's.
They do have good.
I like their double batch IPA.
Yeah, it's good. It was good.
I'm not saying it's fantastic. I'm just saying that I like.
It's good. It's good.
Would you buy it if it was in a 4-pack?
No.
I might.
Would you buy it if it was in a 6-pack?
Okay, what does this have to do with the price of platter?
I only want it
for the same price. So
I will say
4-pack for $12 or 6-pack for $12.
So
I would probably buy it for a 6-pack.
I judge places how well they do their Reubens. They used to have a really good Reuben.
They used to.
That's a past tense.
It was really good. They don't have it anymore.
That's a double past tense.
Yeah.
So that means you should hate them. Why you want Phil's side this?
I'm not honestly. Look,
I haven't gone there for a really long time.
When I went there back in St. Cloud days, when you can go there, and that's where it started because it's like a Granite City. Okay, anyway, it was okay. And then when
Granite City on second half, it was kind of shit.
But then when they kind of move out, it kind of is silly because it's a restaurant that's like Perkins.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go there and we eat, and then there's a design engineer, and we're chatting, and I'm a cynical asshole, and I'm like, everything is terrible, and it's just gonna get worse. And he's like, oh no, everything is good. I think the problem is that you're just focusing on negative things. Like, look at this building itself. Like, all the trusses are built to code. Look at the piping. Look at the air AC. Look at everything. The roads that we drive in. There are a lot of regulations, a lot of regulatory capture that you have to follow. See, like,
but what's inside all that infrastructure that you actually interact with? You're not in there to acknowledge the soundness of the building, or the fact that since it's up to code, it should last through, mild tornado.
It's this idea that you should trust the bigger system. That in general there are people that are making things that are eventually getting better, right? So we don't have to use. We don't have to worry that the building that we're in is going to fall apart.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of the time people have to die first.
Yes.
But that argument still isn't addressing the innards that corporations go with the soundest, easiest things to build, to put all their shit in. Their shit is still shit. Like, the product they're selling is still fucking garbage, regardless how good of a shell it's encased in.
Well, that's my problem with new cars, right? Mm-hmm. Because you would think that, if this theory is true, that things are just getting progressively better because, our regulations and our codes and our, in the case of building codes, let's move them to automotive codes, things are just getting better. But in reality, things are not that much better for these cars than I would expect them to be. Because, like, my wonderful minivan, the moment right before I was going to drive it off the lot and it was mine, I decided just to check if the doors worked, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. And that was a $2,000 repair. Mm-hmm. And if I would have caught that just after, that would have been my problem because it's a used car. And so I totally get the idea. It's like, I'm going to buy a new car because I don't want to deal with these shenanigans, because I would have been I almost had to threaten them with with a lawyer by saying something like, I want my money back if you can't fix this. And then they said, fine, we'll fix it. And I'm like, well, I want the notes from whoever automotive body that you are using to fix this. And then they gave me those notes, and I called the engineer or technician, and they said, yep, we fixed it. And then I got it, it worked, and then I didn't have to worry about it anymore. But they were trying to say, well, we'll give you an extended warranty plan. If it has a problem, then why don't you come back? And I'm like, no.
You're gonna fix it.
You're gonna give me my money back, and I'm gonna use this money somewhere else, because I already gave them the money, but I didn't drive it off. And they're like, well, we can't legally give you the money back. And I'm like, well, then I will legally get a lawyer to contest that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, you know what? Let's not to get too hasty. And I'm like, okay, then what do you want to do? And they're like, well, we'll fix it. But I'm like, I was telling the editor, I'm like, I'm willing to spend thousands of dollars more
to just you over, because
fuck you over with a lawyer,
yeah.
right? Like, I don't care if it's $500 an hour, I'm doing this.
Because capitalism is good.
Because getting a new car means you can avoid that shit altogether.
You can just be like, no, I bought this new, I expect
it
to be
if you had
right.
The understanding of proper maintenance and repair at a reasonable price for things that are mass produced, so those repairs are easy from an actual source, you wouldn't have to deal with that, because you could maintain these vehicles beyond their initial sales.
I don't disagree, except for everything is computerized, and the thing that was wrong with this was the door CPU, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my goddamn entire life.
Right.
The door has a little central processing unit that allows it to open the doors or close the door.
Okay,
it should just be a fucking.
It's actually called the module, but yeah,
it should, that is over-engineered bullshit.
It's an over-engineered.
Because that is not the best way to do that.
No, it isn't. And the thing is that grinds my gears is that a new car has so much doodads and bullshit in it that by the time you're done with this new car, it probably has easily 50,000 stupid parts. And any of those parts can break, and then there you are left with a car that doesn't have this functionality anymore. And back in my day when dinosaurs were back when the day where you could actually repair a car and not have to spend an arm and a leg on computerized parts.
You could do the shit yourself.
You could do the shit yourself. My late father-in-law would go to a junkyard to get the ECU, for engineering computer unit, because you could just swap it in and it would work. But now so many things are like that. It's like it's like buying a phone now. It's less about buying a car that actually has, planetary gear systems and a V6 engine, and more about buying all the stupid transistors and diodes in there. And you don't know if it's gonna fucking work because they sent it out to the cheapest goddamn bidder, right? Well, can you, probably all the electronics in this car is worth $10,000. And it's like, well, that's too much. Let's see if we can make it $9,999.99.
Sold.
Yep, and it's like, well, how do we do that? Well, what if we don't care about quality or reliability?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. And that just really bothers the fuck out of me, because if you look at the people who buy new cars, they're the same type of people who would sell it and buy a new car in 3 years. Usually, statistically speaking.
I was like, except for lizards here.
Except for lizard people,
who just buy the new car and will drive it into the ground.
This is what
my next new car will be when I'm 80.
There is that, but no, the new cars you looked at recently have more points of weakness.
Yeah.
Than
if you're
your
fucking
Karsama.
Yeah.
Karsama is a more functional vehicle than everything you've looked at.
This is true, because there's nothing in there that if it breaks I can't repair easily. If they're for a max $500, any of these newer cars.
Transmission goes out, and that's just
more
expensive to
get
into
but
it.
These cars with all these navigation screens or these big iPads on wheels, basically, if that component breaks or gets screwy, I'm effed.
Yeah.
Note to the listener, has nothing to do with leather cloth seats. Continue.
Yeah.
This is
general car bitching.
Car bitching. If that goes, that's a really expensive repair to make.
Yeah.
That I can only get from the manufacturer.
Right.
So I have to go to the dealership to get that repaired, likely, and it's gonna cost because it's a freaking computer, probably $2,000.
Right.
Minimum.
I mean, just to get my just to get a battery replaced on my phone is $60. Because
only $60. Okay.
Well, actually, it's more like $100.
That's what you pay for your phone.
But just to replace the I'm not saying a new phone.
iPhone batteries are like fucking $100 or more.
Well, yeah, because everything on iPhone is so integrated that if one piece falls, the whole house of cards falls down. You have to repair fucking everything.
Pretty much.
Well,
that's their sales gimmick.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's so much waste.
Yeah, but that's the same point of nice cars is that like
Steve Jobs.
If you look at the cars, statistically speaking, they don't care that it's leather or fake leather. Yeah. Why? Because they only need to have the leather last for 3 years. That's the magic number. Because that's when they're going to sell that car to some goddamn poor son
or that's when their
like
lease runs out, or that's when it goes back, and then it's just the whole cycle.
And so they only have to have quality and reliability for 3 years. So that leather only has to last for 3 years. And then if you're trying to extend that for past it, it's going to look real crap. Because why would they spend any more than they need to? Like, there's a joke in the automotive world that, like, the little tree, scented ornament, air freshener, has better margins of profit than the car itself.
It's true.
Because the car margins are so razor thin.
Well, and then you also have now, every fucking car that comes out has so much of driver assist, lane assist, passing assist. Cruise control assist.
Like not driving your car.
Yeah. And I'm not. I don't know how to drive a manual. I don't know how to fix an engine. I kind of know how to change oil, but even that's touch and go many times.
You can watch a video.
Sure, but it's like I lack the confidence to do that shit myself. But I want my car to only do what I tell it to do beyond just cruise control.
Yeah.
And even that still is a bit iffy.
Because
what if
love cruise control.
No, but what if acceleration locks? And for some reason tapping the brake doesn't stop that. You are in a vehicle that is increasingly accelerating, that is beyond control because of a computer malfunction.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Or you're going up a hill and your car is like, oh, I guess I'll go like 8,000 RPM now because fuck you. It's like, no, you don't need to do that. You can reduce speed.
Drop a gear.
Oh, no, you told me to go this speed, so fuck you and your car. It's like, you are the car. Like, why are you doing this?
But it's like...
that would scare the shit out of me.
The new Subarus flipping through their promotional material, and it was like, an extra set of eyes on the road. I'm like, well, where are my eyes in this car that you're expecting?
Yeah. There is a real... I shouldn't get to the weeds, but there is a real danger of removing operator brain, and we actually have that as a risk, and you have to mitigate it somehow. So if you introduce automation, you're basically telling the person that we expect you to now
not
be
pay
an
attention
idiot.
less. Yeah. You're going to be paying attention less.
Yeah, and then that could be bad because we expect you to pay attention the same amount.
Well, it's how so many memes and TikToks or whatever the youth is doing now of the Tesla auto drive, they manipulate it like, oh, I'm just waking up from a nap, and good thing Tesla was driving, even though it's like, it will buzz, and if there's no reaction within 30 seconds, it'll buzz again, and if there's zero reaction, it will stop the car. That's its built-in safety feature.
Yeah.
And that's nothing, because they're portraying, like, you watch any television show where, like, somebody has a heart attack, and they say, drive me to the nearest hospital, and then the car just drives through the hospital. Like, no, that car is just going to stop eventually.
Mm-hmm. It's... People are stupid, but they're still better.
Yeah.
But they're also pretty stupid. So, like, I don't... I like the idea where the car is trending for better reliability and better quality.
But
and
it's still...
safety.
You're demanding less from the operator. When you incorporate all these safety features that... Intention, yes, can be good, and there haven't been any flaws. This is just me doing Black Mirror stuff of it going crazy. But you're making it easier for people to be worse drivers.
Yes.
And I dislike that.
Yes. And
because again, they don't have fucking skin in the game if they think their car's going to do everything.
Although I do kind of like some of that lane assist that will beep at you if you don't fucking signal when you're changing lanes.
That's nice.
How about you just fucking signal? Just be less of an asshole. Just click that little
The indicator.
The best vehicular enhancement
so
of the last 30 years is when you flick your turn signal, your blinker beeps 3 times. That is hands down the best automotive improvement.
Yeah, I gotta say that is pretty.
Wait, it just beeps 3 times. Then what happens?
It stops. So instead of like actually engaging it,
yeah,
for like you turning left, so you hold it down, it locks into place, and your left turn, you just flick it.
To lane change.
Oh my god!
And then you can just kind of hop into your lane.
No
your
way.
car probably does.
You don't do that?
I probably never realized.
Mine does not because mine's old, but my parents' car is newer.
Oh yeah.
I have a 14, and recently I drove my parents' new purchase of an 09 gigantic fuck off suburban boat.
New in quotes.
With 150,000. I was getting there.
I know.
The new was implied with my tone.
Well,
it's a
you
new car.
You made the air quotes, and I'm like, well, other listeners can't see that. So
this is a visual medium.
There's no visual, so I'm.
But driving through Chicago in this boat that is only 11 years old, and like, I'm an asshole now.
Oh.
But like, I was also super clear because I use my turn signals when there's no one around me because it's just a good habit to have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're one of those people that use turn signals though, so you're way different. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well.
If there's enough and I don't see any cameras, fucking go.
I agree with you that I don't trust leather to hold up. And if you want a car that holds up, I'm very suspicious that it would.
If you want it to last, for as long as I drive my cars, I would go with cloth over leather.
Sure. Yeah. And you don't have the intention of reselling, even though I feel if you bought a new car, you would at a certain point sell it for something else that's new.
No. I hate buying. I have a. Oh, we're gonna take this bet, maybe. But let me just before you take this bet, I want you to know, I have a toaster that is almost as old as I am in this house.
Sure, but toaster technology hasn't changed in the last forever.
Oh, it
hasn't.
Oh, it absolutely
It's still a coil that transmits electricity to generate heat to toast your fucking bread.
No, that thing is a fucking champion. My parents had a $400 fucking space toaster. Like, it was really big. The only good thing about it had really nice long, so you could fit like these really big pieces.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yeah, you can put like so it was really nice.
Those suck.
And it had these.
Those never fucking last.
No, it doesn't. And like, all the features are really nice and stuff. But like, there's like a little more button, which is really adorable because like it comes up and you're like, yeah, I could do a little more.
Oh, nice.
Go back down for a little bit more.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, fancy toaster, $400, breaks in like, I don't know, 3 years.
Yeah.
That thing on my countertop right now is like 27 years old.
But to the listeners, it literally only toasts Wonder Bread.
No, it toasts more than Wonder
It
Bread.
has a strange optical sensor, even though it's made from the 80s.
No, it's the best.
You put whole wheat in there, it just stops.
That thing is the best toaster. And it's not fancy or anything, but it lasts forever. I will keep an appliance until it fucking breaks.
But a car is not an appliance.
A
car is a complex mechanism.
It's basically an appliance.
It is not electricity running through diodes that heat to toast your bread. You can't toast your bread in a new Subaru.
I beg to differ.
Well, it depends on the.
Do you know how many heat shields they have on their engine? You can't fucking toast anything on that.
You could toast bread in my black car.
All I'm saying is, like, I have. Like
passive heating.
The most recent appliance purchase I've made was a new coffee maker, and I had that coffee maker for 10 years. And before that, it was my parents. So I kept that coffee maker for a damn long time.
Sure, I've had a French press for 20 years. It still makes coffee.
But mine finally, like the manual things are fine. Like if you're just, I would.
Oh, it's an electronic French press.
Oh, never mind. Okay, no.
It says Le Café.
Why do you believe things I say?
Okay.
Have you ever heard of electric?
You don't see, like, I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, I don't fucking believe you at all.
No, you believe me for a bit, and then I kept looking at you, and you're like, wait a minute.
Fuck you. No.
Alright, my question though is like, what do you do with your car then? Like, if you have it for 17 years, do you donate it? Do you just give it to somebody? You know what I mean?
That's the question. I don't know yet.
Oh, you take it to some property your family has. You get guns your other family has, and you just have some fun.
No,
and then you sell it for metal.
Well, it's like
That does sound like fun.
I mean, I could sell it for metal, but chances are,
wouldn't you want to give it a good execution?
I'll see if
Firing
I
squad?
can't trade it in if it's worth
$750.
Well, if it's worth like I'll set an amount in my mind what I could accept for them just getting it and getting rid of it for me, because that would be nice, and I don't have to deal with it. Or I can go on Craigslist and see if like some teenager needs a shit car to, and he'll pay me, or she'll pay me $600, $700 or whatever for it, which would probably be more than it's worth as a trade-in.
Yeah,
So we'll see, but I don't know.
Well,
market it to some suburban people that have a 15-year-old. You can get $2,000 for it, easy. What? Reliable car, one owner, under 150,000. They're expecting it to last 3 years.
I mean,
and then
I
go
did
to the
not
dump.
take the best care of it. I took a really good care of like the parts of it, but the outside of it.
The rust you're stressing about is merely a humbling aspect for a teenager to appreciate the value of a vehicle.
And let's not talk about the mats in my car, and sand and leaves and shit in there.
I'd spend $200 and get.
I'll get it detailed.
Or just like use a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate vacuums. Did I mention I'm like censored? Like I have a thing sensory thing, like loud noises. I just hate them, so I like avoid vacuuming as much as possible.
Then why are we friends, Sarah?
Calm down, Jesus.
Well, I think that for longevity, leather is probably not good for 17 years.
No.
But cloth doesn't hold up for 17 years either.
I mean, my cloth has held up pretty damn well for 17 years. There's like one spot in the back seat that,
and you know where that spot is. You will never not know where that spot is.
I spilled. What did I have? I put salt. I put a bag of salt on it. I should have just put it in the fucking trunk like a normal person, but I was so lazy, so I put salt on it, and now it's like
your back seat is always salty.
It's salty, but that's okay. It's fine. Who cares? I could probably get it cleaned out. But anyway, that's the only for 17 years. No tears. No.
But that's 17 years in like Bush money, so.
Bush years.
No, wait, guys.
That doesn't work like that.
That is George W. Bush dollars.
Yeah. And because you bought that car during the Bush presidency, it is all thanks to him. It's lasted 17 years. I don't know if a Mazda's lasted 17 years since the Obama presidency.
No way.
See, it actually factually hasn't happened.
I believe the worst year for a Mazda was like 2012. So.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Even though these are
actually thanks, Biden.
Really, I don't know.
Well, they say Japanese, but like the parts are all from everywhere in the world.
They do.
No, parts are all from China.
Yeah. Mexico.
Yeah, they're all over.
No, just Volkswagens are made in Mexico.
No, it's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
It depends. Like they're all the parts. They specialize. Different places specialize in different things, and they all just culminate into one place. And then.
All right, from deep into the weeds, I will say, thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, thanks, Mom.